A first half so fast you'd blink and you'd almost miss it. And although FaZe fought tooth and nail to claw it back, the Swedes ultimately steal Inferno. 16-13 and their opponent's map pick in tow. Now FaZe's tournament life hangs in the balance. But before we can find out which way it will fall, Potter and Blair join me to break this one down. And Potter, you are right wholeheartedly for believing in the Swedes. One of the most dominant CT side starts we've seen so far on Inferno this entire tournament.
Absolutely. And what a stark difference in these defenses from both squads. You know, Launders touched on it. FaZe completely turtling up, playing very defensive positions, great crossfires, but hardly any map control, especially in the beginning of those rounds. And for NIP side of things, it's what I know and love out of these individuals. It was kind of like having a pit bull on a leash, and at any point you could release Plopsky. Hey, Plopsky, go sniff out alt mid, see what's going on. Hampus, sniff out the banana with your AWP, see what's going on. So these kind of small little looks, small little peaks coming out of NIP gave them that sort of map control that I think FaZe were lacking. So definitely it was kind of a perfect scenario for NIP. They were able to consistently throw set pieces back to back to back. And although FaZe Clan, sure, they had some beautiful clutch rounds, Nico in particular making a huge comeback in that second half, it was NIP in full control for me through and through on this Inferno.
Yeah, I do want to quickly touch upon FaZe's comeback element to this story, though, Blair, because you know what? We thought they were down and out. You think with that scoreline of the first half, maybe the confidence they talked about potentially lacking within the squad, it's quite impressive that we see them trying to make a difference going into that second half. Where were the key differences for you?
For me, first it was winning the pistol round, and not just winning the pistol round, right? You could see Nico, he gets a 3K there in pistol round, and he's like pumped up, he's ready to go. And the first few rounds which FaZe won were based off this very aggressive style. We saw them pushing through apps, pushing mid, taking banana control early on, but there was a moment in that second half where it kind of fell apart from them. I think there's one round where Nico and Cole were trading in apartments, like in alt mid when they have a man advantage. So they needed to kind of tone it down a little bit. Aggression is great, but you need to temper it a bit. And that's where they failed. Instead of tempering a little bit, they completely turtled up. And I think that's when everything kind of fell apart. I liked how they started things off, but in the end, it kind of fizzled away.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about those turning points. And Potter, I know that you have a particular round that you want to be breaking down for this one.
Yeah, and this is, we're going straight into NIP's T side of things, and this is such a huge turning point for NIP. Leading up to this point here, they've been running the defaults, and in this one here, you're gonna see Plopsky having that banana control. He feels full confident. He's got Rez to back him up, Knock to back him up. But take a look at this, Hampus, Twist, and now Knock even making their way towards this mid. Now they're making it and posturing towards this full A control. And because Hampus has such good support coming from Twist, a beautiful flashbang, one of the easiest kills that Hampus is going to get throughout this whole game, gets a pick onto coldzera, creates that opening. But the thoughtful move that I thought Launders pointed out so beautifully in this game was Hampus doesn't continue on lurking towards this arch. He's gonna make a beeline towards this lane, and this just kind of bolsters that bluff, right? Because now all of a sudden FaZe feel a lot more pressure from both angles over at A. This creates a huge opening for NIP to trade it out, bang it out towards this B. They take out Nico, take out Rain, and you know, they win this round. Now following this little conditioning default coming out of NIP, they were able to hit A back to back to back. And as I mentioned, FaZe, they did have those clutch rounds, but this just enabled NIP to feel a lot more comfortable hitting whatever bomb site that they chose, because they knew no matter what, it was going to be 2 at B and 3 at A. They could just go rely onto their set pieces. They know they're good for their flashes, so they just trade it out and get into the bomb sites. It was simple and it was beautiful coming out of NIP.
And of course, Overpass is up next. No less, it is NIP's map pick. So Blair, what are your thoughts coming into this one?
Well, that big fat 0% win rate is kind of rough, isn't it? And it's in the past 3 months. They have played, this map quite a bit in the past 6 months overall, if you go back that far. But yeah, FaZe, I haven't seen too much from it to be really impressed on. And for NIP, it's not a really very super impressive win rate there overall, but from what we saw in Inferno, again, that is a map pick from FaZe. Some of the set takes they were doing on the T side, even the CD side, the defense, and Inferno and Overpass, one thing which goes going for them, it really does kind of bring out the best side of a tactical team, and that's what we saw from Nip. It was very tactically efficient. Threat was I don't know if he was calling, but he's really kind of trained his team to be the best on maps like this. And heading to Overpass, it's their map pick. They should be feeling more comfortable, and I gotta say, this looks like it's gonna be over for FaZe. I don't see them bringing this to Mirage. If it does go to Mirage, maybe they stand a chance, but I think this might be the final map here of the series.
A lot of questions going into the potential final map of the series here. It's Overpass, and it's coming up next.
Some people would accuse us of having fun, but there's no fun to be had here. This is a serious endeavor because elimination is on the line. FaZe one map loss away from getting sent packing as Nip into the action on Inferno. Had 1 million utility damage in the first 10 rounds.
Yeah.
And then closed the game eventually. Mohan, it's time for Overpass.
It is. And it's Nip's opportunity to close this out 2-0, man. They, I think, Les said in the middle of that, if it does get to Mirage, there's actually a chance FaZe could win. A really good chance, honestly. But on Overpass, this is supposed to be all NIP. They're great at this map. They love this map. And I know Nico hates this map. Just personally, I know he hates this map. But Rain, does he hate this map? He has been having a series so far. Great couple of pistol kills here. Fun fact, he only plays headshot deathmatch.
Really?
I don't know if it's exclusive. I'm pretty sure it's like almost only. Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said really, and then it would have had far more impact. But now that I'm questioning your statement, you've got to backpedal.
I want to make sure that it's a bit like that it's a nuanced opinion. Yeah, because from what I've heard, yeah, he just like prefers it. He only plays it. So
yeah,
but you can see it. He's when he's crispy, he's crispy.
I appreciate your backpedal. No fake news at DreamHack. Just truth. Rez may be the truth himself. He got that 1 kill. His Berettas kind of took Inferno's second pistol by storm. First pistol, excuse me. Things slow down. And when things slow down, the pressure mounts. The tension grows thicker by the second as the ninjas in pajamas near this A site. I see a player back by Bank, and Kierby takes the head off Rez. I'm going to call it. I don't think Twist has got this in him. Not with USP taps like that. Kierby doing his best Rain impression. Total shutdown there from the CT side. It's FaZe Clan with the opening round.
Yeah, actually, one thing I want to check now is if FaZe have played Overpass with Kierby. I feel like they played with 2 losses. They played it at New York versus OG and once versus Vitality. So they do have experience with Kierby. Kierby himself, 13 kills on one map, 22 on another, top fragged on one of the other maps. So maybe he's a secret weapon on this map to help them get back into it.
A death ray or something along those lines. Brokey overwhelmed by the Glocks, which have now acquired an MP9. But because he was out there, of course, the CT is now bolstering that A site. Ninjas in pajamas heading back the other direction. They're rewinding to the depths of which they came. What's the play for FaZe Clan in the meantime? Well, they've actually pushed into short B, which is good and all. It will give them vision through Monster on Cold Zera, but that's such a difficult shot to land. I mean, if they had just barreled in from Monster to the B site, I think there's a world here where Ninjas get a plant.
Plant's all they're looking for, so that would be pretty fantastic. Yeah, I can see
if they just run.
They're
just go.
If they do, or if they shoot and then start crouch spamming and try to duel this.
Oh my god, they do it. It works.
Oh my god,
now Kierby, he's got a keep an eye on door, but they don't go through monster, which would have been open. And that little bit of indecision is what buys enough time for Rain and Nico to now get into position. I was never thinking that Nip had this round, and they do get some kills for their efforts, but no bomb plant is what I was looking for.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't know it was a two-man setup there on short B to get that info on Kirby fast enough. And that means that FaZe go up to no bomb plant there for NIP, and it would have changed the buy a little bit. Twist here on a Galil. Everyone almost at 0. Could have had some extra in the bank. And now we'll see what NIP want to start this round out with. Now, I feel like a big win condition for FaZe on this map is actually Rain, because he plays very aggressively on the CT side, or famously has. And he is playing extremely well today. You can see it. Nico, it's a great shot here. He's low himself. I'm not sure if that was an op from Hampus or not. But now FaZe look comfortable in falling back. Kirby left alone on short. Nico rotating over to B, trying to figure out what NIP want out of this round, because they've got one outside monster in stairs, but the bomb's going towards A. So it looks like Twist will make his final presence and leave. Minute up. I feel like the real problem with FaZe's CT side is just, it doesn't feel like they have an in-between when it comes to their map control and aggression. They just go 2 modes, really, and it's kind of full passive here. Now they are doing this interesting factory cog-esque jump spotting between the two, taking turns, synchronized behind the site. Brookie taking care of long, Rain spotting forward bathrooms, and now he's going to wait for a flash, I think.
In front of it, flash misses the mark for him, and knocks the only success story so far for Ninjas. There's Twist's headshot shut down by the op of Nico. Rez, 1 versus 3, caught by the flanking Kierby. So FaZe Clan, they win out on the first gun round. The first real test after such a cookie cutter pistol. And they are still passing with flying colors. Nico's op looking good on Overpass. I'm kind of down with this. I can get behind it. And Ninjas won't have much behind them here in the 4th. Just a couple deagles sprinkled in. Not even full Kevlar for everyone.
I think what we saw there was maybe Nico with a spawn, because now Brokie's got the op back in his hands.
Which makes more sense.
Yeah, really good spawn on that one. But I mean, yeah, we know Nico can op, of course. So, immediate passive setup towards A. No one outside bathrooms at the moment. Do they have any pushes on short? No, nothing really. But Kirby looks like he's getting ready to go out long B, which could be a good piece of information, especially with Twist falling back. Having this round up, but it is of course just pistols. As Rez starts to turn the corner on the outside of bathrooms, making his way up to divider.
Yeah. I mean, they have little to work with, but why not make the most of every situation? You know, a wise man once said, no matter how you spend the next 8 hours, 8 hours will pass. Work hard.
He's a genius, that guy, whoever said that.
Yeah, who could that have been?
Not Wander's Twitter.
Plug. Flashbang for Twist is all they have left. This is it. They've gotten close enough. They're on the cusp of an A site. But they've got to clamp down on it. With that one flashbang that could maybe blind some bodies, but I think they wait a little too long here. CTs understand exactly what's going on, and now they're not able to close that last gap from bathrooms to the bomb site, and it comes to an abrupt halt. A grinding close to the end of that one. FaZe 4-0, a CT side that shows no sign of stopping. Maybe this gun round will make a difference.
I feel like NIP have to get used to how much control they're going to be given in this half, because they probably get away with a lot more quickly. Now Nox up to the op. And on their default, it leans towards A. Looks like they're going to try to jump out. No one's smoking that molly. They're just going to wait it out if they cross. No one's actually spotted mid here from the CT side instead. The aggression is on the lower half of the map, and Kirby gets away with his kill. That is the B-side lurker. That will tell them a lot about the default. That's actually such a big name tag to see. That's the problem with having hard lurkers on any map.
Brokey can't help out on long. Nico's gonna get tested, down to 12 HP. He's gonna shave some health off Plopsky, but it's Brokey on the sniper within the A site. It's working out wonderfully. Yeah, man, FaZe, keep this up. They're already 1/3 of the way through this CT side. If they can close the 4v2 here, they'll be sitting pretty. And it's looking very likely. Knox the last man, and there's even somebody inside of connectors. So as the clock ticks down, there is a world where they go hunting. That's a dead body.
Well, now it's even more dead.
Yeah, facts. Oh, he hears the footsteps.
Oh,
Oh
fall
my God,
back into
people
a
all
gun.
around him. Blah!
Sandwich between two CTs, and FaZe Clan go up 5-0. Kind of quietly, the rounds go on for 40, 50 seconds. NIP fall apart in their default. That one specifically can be attributed kind of to Twist dying that soon. I feel like it's too much information for NIP to just continue on with the regular A setup, because that's what FaZe are going to expect right away. And, you know, if the round went on a lot longer and they incorporated some kind of double fake, you know, adjusted in some way to the fact that they lost Twist, then maybe they could catch FaZe off guard. But they didn't even try to do that. Would have liked to see something like that too, instead of just pretending it never happened and then just continuing on with a regular exec. The setup that they use on long, it's a patented setup. It works really often. The rifler up close, Brokey in the back. He's got great angles to deal with anyone inside the bathrooms and can help out Nico once in a while with a peek towards long as well, and a flashbang whenever it's
5 rounds deep. FaZe Clan 25 kills in total, 7 frags for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. So simply just not enough. They gotta crack some skulls. Now would be the time to do it, but they don't have the real hardware. They're working with chisels. FaZe have jackhammers. More damage through the side of the B site. Hey, that works. Tech9 up close with a headshot into Nico. Hop is able to get himself a second, but Kierby's inside of the monster. He is the monster. And Plopsky over towards short, now fallen out of the round. It's knocked back as the last man standing. It's not the 1v4 of yesteryear, but a 1v2. And low HP on Rain. That smoke tells him the CT's already deep, but it also tells him there's only one guy left on this B bomb site. Now, he could either try and split it, head elsewhere, or hit it. But he looks away. Awful timing there. Went to clear it, didn't commit, and Brokey makes the most of it. 6 rounds in a row for FaZe and a goose egg for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
And credit to Kierby. You know, if he's doing well to get some of these rifle kills. He's been a really great fallback plan. He's been holding down that monster. Real monster energy here from Kierby inside the monster, right? 0 cal, no bullshit, pure monster energy from him.
Yeah.
Walking it down by himself. And
none of that. Go on.
And that's when they're trying to rocket over to B. Like, he's the one who killed Twist. He's the one who has sat at the end of Monster Tunnel in their anti-ecos when they decided to go A. Whether or not he gets the kills, he gets the information. And he's been the most consistent, aggressive piece on this half of the map.
A is open. And I don't mean like kind of open. I mean like there's nobody there up until now. The minute 15 mark is where FaZe Clan shift attention back up to the A site. And because Ninjas weren't really rolling with the killer instinct, it is going to be occupied by the time they arrive. But what could have been? A little bit of a boost over the smoke nets them nothing.
I think you spot the problem right there, right? FaZe are so confident that NIP are going to pull off a fast round that they feel confident stacking B for some kind of monster rush early on, and then rocking it back later when they know NIP will probably join them or make a decision. NIP haven't been doing a good job of baiting or pulling out grenades, or testing any of the timing.
Mind you, at the end of Inferno, we did see that kind of like, flick of the switch on the T side. The absolute bombardment of the Tech9 rush. Well, maybe we pull one of those out of the Ninjas soon. I mean, they're getting it to the point where they have to change things up a lot. It's not just slight variations. They need to just throw it at the wall. and this could be it. 10 seconds left over. They need this bomb plant, but they also need to deal with Rain. 3 kills from him, just holding his ground. Sure, Knock will best him with the sniper, but so be it. It's the round win thanks to Rain yet again. FaZe Clan, a flawless CT side, nearly halfway through.
Yeah. Rounds by elimination or time. No bomb plants here in this half for NIP. No moves into the full execs that they're committing through. Rain just open lines here, not getting flashed in the back of pit. If they're going to commit out like that, the contact explode, I feel like it's either got to be faster, they've got to be at the end of the tunnel before they contact explode, or they've got to throw better flashes behind it instead of sending 3 entry men out with nobody in the back to throw supporting grenades. And, you know, Rain's been playing really well. He can squeeze water from stone this game, but at least you've got to put him in a position where he does have to dodge flashes, try a bit harder. Yeah, because this T side looks very flat. Flatter than a Monster Energy that's been left out for 24 hours. And that's not what we want to see, Connor.
Quality over quantity. 7 of Nico's 17 kills on Inferno were opening kills. I think there's a balance to strike between quantity as well, though.
Sure. Yeah, but in that, it was like the 4 rounds that they won. There was 1 entry round from Rain. There was actually 2 entry rounds from Nico in that first half. So I was like, he could have had way more. But at least when he did get those opening kills, they were able to close out. So
yes, they were.
For what it's worth. All right, well, I feel like NIP are playing exactly like FaZe want them to. Taking their time, fighting them in a default and one-on-one versus the players on FaZe Clan. And when they do execute, it's been, I guess, a bit obvious. And it's not been treacherous enough, right? Want to see some more grenades, continuation flashes, more pressure. They're making this map feel very big, I feel like, and they need to make it feel a bit more claustrophobic for FaZe.
I think it would also help if they can find a solution to Rain. He has 14 kills, 2 deaths.
Yeah.
I want to assume that's actually more kills than the rest of his team combined. We'll see.
I think that's possible.
That's why I assumed.
Just because they got 7 rounds, all elimination.
Yeah. Rez. There's one answer. Brokey with 2. And he's starting to fade back. Now, Rain is taken out of the equation. So that's a little bit of a saving grace, but it's not nearly over just yet. Deep smoke on long, gonna not really screw over anyone. FaZe not playing behind bank. The reason I say I assume he has more kills, it just feels like it's so impactful. You know, anytime there's like a round-winning moment, it's Rain at the helm. Now, Nico tries his best around the dice box, but does die after a single kill. Brokey, 47 health, 2 opponents in front of him. He knows the rotate's coming, and he does exactly what he needs to. Locks down the bomb carrier, 10 seconds left. Knock the last man in yet again. Not the first round, not the second, not the third time we've seen this Opper kind of in the back line, hoping they get into a post plant. But listen, this is what I want to see. I want to see Knock in front. I want to see him knocking down the pieces of the bomb site as opposed to waiting for a post plant that has never happened yet. Nothing of a success story in terms of getting their foot on the bomb site, man. They need something to change here. It's 8 in a row for FaZe Clan and no sign of stopping.
Yeah, you know it's bad when you can hear the birds chirping on the map, right? Like, they love getting off this map. There's not getting so much pressure. Okay, now they're moving up with a faster pace. Gotta like that tempo, but Nico immediately is like, oh, you want to try that now? Okay, punished. He takes some damage falling back into the site, but it's already 5v4, and this is where FaZe is like, they just tighten up so hard in these rounds, and that's going to be frustrating for NIP. We haven't seen too many 4v5 conversions from them, and in this match specifically, it doesn't feel like there's going to be one now. Bomb left, far back. Everybody in this regular default, and I think this is, I mean, you know, I don't know if we had a pause called, but they probably need one.
Damage output.
Yeah. and Tempest dies. Okay. Wow.
Rain, patient as ever. Oh, he gets checked by Knock, who was able to get the first kill onto the bomb site. Here comes Rez rounding the corners of Long. That's a crucial kill. A molly on Dumpster's gonna keep him safe enough. A fadeaway shot, but a constant flank. This has been so consistently been an issue. Ooh, Rez peeking into the bank. Now they can turn their attention back the other way. Both the remaining members of FaZe playing off of bathrooms. If Rez and Plobsky can break through, oh, that's nice. Rez just hitting headshot after headshot here, trying to drag his team, kicking and screaming into a round win, but coldzera, he screams louder. He beats his chest, and with 3 HP left over, FaZe will take their 9th.
King Kong Zera, as they call him, I hear. He'll grab the op. He'll calmly go back, no reaction. It's the scratch on the nose. You know what I'm saying? Just another day in the office for King Kong Zera. So easy. And that was after a round where ninjas, man, they're like dry peeking operas. And to be fair, on this round, they're kind of winning. Look at this.
Rez, this third kill. Enjoy it.
That was beautiful.
But then
That was
Cold comes
so
in,
beautiful.
second spray. Look at that.
King Kong Zera. There he's at. There he is. Nice shot from Nico. Yes. I don't think he would have said that if they lost the round, but
Yeah, fair, right?
they won, so it's all good.
Damn. I feel like that's closer than ever. That's the closest ninjas have gotten to a round win, and it still gets robbed away from them.
I mean, I really came into Overpass looking to kind of see what Ninja's Overpass looks like now, but it doesn't really look any better than, I mean, I feel like G2's Overpass T-side looked better than this.
Damn, man, don't kick them while they're down.
I mean, they played it a couple times. I just don't know. Like, genuinely, it does.
Yeah, no, you got a point, man. At a 9-0 scoreline, you can throw sand in their eyes. Do what you got to do. Let's see if they can puncture into the B site. We've got Kierby close smoke, coldzera beside him. Ninjas hold off in the face of the Molotovs. Plobsky, ooh, it's heating up, but he stays unsinged.
Okay, well, okay. Now they have a decent amount of control. They can walk out monsters. No one's playing wood wall. This is actually the best spot they've been in. Let's get the nade to follow up with this.
Nox working through A. I mean, they're going to, but there's 20 seconds. I mean, Nox can hit heaven. That's a huge pickup from Hoppus. Now Nox kind of doesn't have to be that first contact, but as he works downwards, I feel like ninjas are going to be more and more confident in this round. Hoppus continuing. It's a slaughter. How have we gone 9 rounds in a row from FaZe Clan to a 5-survivor situation from NIP? They just walk into the B site like the last 9 rounds never happened and rip heads from their shoulders.
Yeah, it's a lot of dry peaks though, man. This is not like, just try to remember, for those of you who don't like study these games, like think about like an Astralis when they hit B, and just think about how blind you are in the B site during a hit like that, and how many loose pieces you have behind Monster that are able to throw supporting grenades to allow that to happen. But instead, NIP are running the risk of just facing and trading over and over again. They hit an entry on a guy boosted who's waiting for that monster walkout. That's a risk. They trade the guy back sight without him being blind. That's a risk. They fight Graffiti without a flash. That's a risk as well. So, I mean, as much as it worked and it was really clean, it was 3 separate risks that maybe didn't need to happen. So I don't know about all that. But that being said, FaZe, they're on pistols. And it's another walkout into the B site. So they'll get a free plant off.
How do you win 9 rounds in a row, lose 1, and have to play pistols?
Well, let's take a look at some of these recent round wins. I guess it was the clutch, that recent clutch. The 1v2 from coldzera was last round.
Tell me more.
In total, and the 3 rounds before that, they saved 6 in total. Or sorry, 7 in total.
Tell me more.
I mean, that's all you have to know. Everything before that, they had a couple of strong round wins, 4 and 5 alive. But yeah, the last like 3 rounds is what can just make or break your economy. So NIP close it out. Pistols are still up for FaZe Clan, and they're doing a little bit of damage for what it's worth. Overall, still clean round from NIP. Economy favors them in the comeback, but FaZe Clan, because they full save, didn't force up into this and risk it, they have enough money for their full-on buy. And we'll see what happens. I would honestly not be surprised if we saw a 2-op setup again. coldzera will buy the M4 and nades, could have afforded either option. But with the defaulty style that NIP are playing, it would have been a really punishing way to bring this half home.
So much smoke. I don't know where we are. Okay. Plopsky comes out. There's a threat here in connector in the form of rain. Molly's gonna burn him, so he puts it out. Plopsky knows exactly where he is. Sopping him with the frag grenade. Tenderize that meat. But now the CT's getting aggressive from the B site. Yeah, they're looking to save rain if they can. KRB will kill Twist. Is he not checking this?
Oh man,
Plopsky, he's working up connector. Yeah, okay, he turned back. Nice. Hompus, meanwhile, he's looking to fixate his attention on the B site. They do have KRB in a compromised position. Molly's going to push him back up the ramp, but now he is saved for the time being. Nobody there to actually finish him off. 4v4 is where we're left.
This could be a good round here for NIP if they're careful enough. Oh, Brokey on the other side. He studs down Plopsky, and Nico goes for a re-aggression on Short B. They're caught off guard. Ducks right under his crosshair. 2 more attempts, Short B and Long, both coming out simultaneously.
There goes the first. Rez connects to the second head as well. Knock scoped in, getting closer. He hears the footsteps. That's an easy pickup for him. Now, can he close the clutch? We've got Brokey versus Knock, Sniper versus Sniper, and a bomb plant ticking away. Knock dips down into the water. Brokey's above him. Knock looking for something. Meanwhile, the attention should be up and high. There's the first shot each way, and the op reigns supreme. Brokey breaks the gentleman's agreement. He tries to swap to the sidearm, and for that reason, Knock, with 4 health left over, shuts him down and gives the Ninjas their 3rd round.
He demanded a very hard shot out of Knock.
Look at
credit him, once he was spotted, Knock was the one who didn't know that Brokey was in heaven for the longest time, so can't blame him for pulling out the sidearm. It is a close call, but ultimately, because FaZe lose that round, they are so poor once again. Wow, that was a 2v4, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
All about Rez with those 2 frags to open up that site and get info on the 3rd.
Oh. Down goes Hompus to the pistol of all things. Just when things are starting to look better for the Ninjas, something goes wrong. It's not a tragedy yet, but it could be the start of one. Minute on the clock, 4 CTs here on the bomb site. Nico, he's taken off of the totem pole, but Knock's a little bit worried about which corners are occupied. There's another kill from KRB's USP. The Deagle connects to the head, and suddenly it's just Knock left over. I mean, that 2 versus 4 looked like something awful for FaZe Clan. They are bouncing back with pistols. Now 2 of their players with hands back on the AKs. Knock's getting shot at. They're getting all the closer from all directions, and down he goes. They've made something out of nothing. FaZe Clan taking a 10th. No. FaZe Clan robbing a 10th.
And with that, stealing back the economy as well, they were going to buy on this following round. That's a great shot from Kirby. Some of these kills were pretty impressive, but it's the game that NIP want to play with these dry duels, and yeah, I mean, sometimes these pistols are going to be too good. So FaZe hit 10. They've got the double op set up again, which I think is a smart... Again, I think it's just a very pragmatic adjustment based on what we've seen from NIP. NIP will give it their all here in the 15th round of the first half. Any aggressive openings for FaZe is a question for me. The only thing I think FaZe have been particularly weak to is the monster walkouts, the short beat pressure. So I like them attacking the problem, finding where it hurts and pressing on it here, pushing off into short. Kirby eyes on the door. Oh boy, Rain's got a meal. He's waiting for a flash.
Oh no. Oh, that's atrocious. The poor ninjas robbed back by Rain. Maybe the response is fast enough. Maybe it's slick enough. They've gotten closest. Rez with a second. Knocks on one. Remember, this flank up connector has been a constant problem. This is where Coldzera won his clutch from. Nico equals it. 2v2. And they don't have confirmation as to where the second player is at. That would be Kirby down long. We've got 2 flashbangs here for the ninjas to try and play with. The same can be said for FaZe. And they've got kits. 1 flash on long. Kirby's going to work around the corner. Now he's already out behind the dice box. He's taking damage. Knock deals with his teammates so they know exactly where he is. It's a matter of finishing the frag. A matter of taking this 4th round, and they will. Can they bail themselves out of an incredibly strong start from FaZe's CT side? A 5th round could do them wonders.
Oh wow, misjudged. I thought that was for the 15th round, excuse me. Now we've got one last chance of pulling this through. They work out after getting the Rain trade, which I think is where they get really scared, getting onto the site past that. So nicely done to recover from those 2 kills. And that was really a really close call by Rain as well. I don't know if I think the flash was from Knock. Wasn't there a weird flash assist in the kill feed after Rain got those kills? Like Knock had gotten it for them?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It was lickety split, just like the response back after Rain got those 2 kills. I feel like ninjas wasted no time just charging in.
Oh, Klopsky, is he going to hit him with the F1 race car peak? I think he saw him sitting on the pallet. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. But a second player. Oh, Brokey. Brokey breaks him, puts him over his knee, gives him a good spank, and sends him sailing into the second half. He will get no further chance here on this T side. Resin knock to the A site, already being swarmed from behind, and that is damage output from Brokey, but not quite the kill. Rez doing a good job of trying to keep his team afloat. Oh, and he even tags up Rain. Now he's got the Molotov to drop on Dumpster, smoke to follow suit. No, he holds off on that one, taking further damage, but now that he dies, the utility's gone. It is all on Knock. 1 versus 3, and nothing comes of it. 11-4 after FaZe's CT side. This is the map choice of the Ninjas, but they trail by quite the margin. Join us after the halftime break to see if FaZe keep them in this.
Resentment flowing down the line. I can't stand when you are not near. We can sort it out when you're here. Face to face. Face to face. Face to face. Face to face. And I really need to talk to you, girl. And we really need to make this happen. And I really need to talk to you, girl. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Face to face.
Rain ends the first half as the only player above 100 ADR, but Rez is right behind him for the Ninjas in Pyjamas, 99 to his name. It's him and Knock with 14 and 13 kills apiece. Launders, there's chances for the Ninjas, but far and few between. And I would say not in line with our expectations. We've got FaZe Clan with a massive lead jumping into this T side. And when I say jumping, I mean it. They are already sprinting up connector as fast as they can, with two of these CTs trying to just escape with their lives. Now that they've got positions closer to the site, maybe they lock it down. But Rain and Kierby and Rain yet again will have none of that. A flawless pistol by the looks of it. This could very quickly be going to the third.
It could, yeah. I really thought that as weird as that first half was with the amount of dry peaks and ops and strange like slow rounds from NIP, we go on a CT side and it's going to be a real test for FaZe. You know, they're going to be comfortable on CT. It's probably going to be a bit easier for them. But of course, you know, without this pistol, these anti-egos, it's not going to be easy. Somehow Popsky manages to smile through the pain, which is great. But they did lose that round pretty decidedly. They'll be forcing up in response. Not much money here left over. 2 scouts, which I think is a good play. I mean, we saw the double ops work out so well for FaZe Clan. I think conversely, just on any CT side, scopes are going to be great. Big long ranges on this map. Power of those scopes were heard in half number 1. So it's immediate connector control here taken for FaZe Clan. Kirby sitting back holding for pushes.
Nobody getting too frisky just yet. 1 of 2 scouts on Rez here on long. The flash gets him to pull the trigger. Remember, Hompus also has his scope scout on bathroom. So getting to the A site should cost them something. And it's going to cost them Cold Zera. Nice headshot from Rez. Oh, another from Hompus. Just through the side door. Knock ready to peek out on Brokey. The Deagle up close is good. And we still have 5 players alive here for the Ninjas. It's just down to Rain and Kierby, and Kierby's going to find the better of the timing here versus Plopsky, so that's an easy MAC-10 pickup. The problem is somebody has to get this bomb. Rain is 22 and 7.
Oh, this is all about
Can
Knock.
he box his way out?
Yeah, Knock's in the power position because he controls the rotation down the stairs, so it depends. And oh my god, Rain! We'll give him a piece of
And
his
then
mind
Kierby gets the B site.
He works on the entry. What a recovery. Oh my goodness.
Wow. The oldest member of FaZe, the newest member of FaZe, working together to usher in maybe some new glory days. 13th round for FaZe Clan, assuming they can keep Rez out of this, and I don't even know if he goes for it. He's got no kit.
Yeah.
Damn, they recovered that. I mean, you said it best, right? It was all on Knock. He had eyes on bomb. They knew Rain was kind of playing around that. But at the same time, they were also trying to deal with the B site. Do you feel like Ninjas maybe went for a B hold and control of bomb when they should have just maybe put all of their pieces on one of the two objectives?
I just don't think. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it was because Kirby was so far away, and the way, since it was a 2v4, they weren't probably feeling comfortable winning in a standard way. And because the bomb was down, I think what Kirby saw was that if the bomb is down, then likely the rotations are going to be towards the bomb. So potentially he could clear out a free site and then have the bomb carrier get back down the stairs. They didn't know where Knock was, of course. So, going to trade him was a threat they didn't realize. I think it was just very fortunate that Rain wins that duel. But at the same time, he's 24-7.
Yeah. Quality and quantity.
Damn.
Of Rain's 48 kills in this series, 30 have been headshots.
48 kills?
In this series.
We're at 16 rounds in this game. It's only been a map and a half.
He's kind of good.
Yeah.
He's kind of really good at Counter-Strike. Let's see if he can keep racking up those frags. He's on the entry. Ooh, labored spray, but he gets there. Down to 1/5 his original HP. He'll just back up a bit, hope his teammates can do the rest of the work. They go for the boost, the CTs, trying to check the closer of the corners. They do find his teammate, but Rain is still over here, and Hoppus is blinded on Monster, so Kierby can claw back from that side. Speaking of Kierby, 17-7 himself. Trying to keep up with Rain.
So
not an easy task, but doing a good job of it.
something I like about Kirby versus BMAS, because I think there's been a lot of hate for Kirby, is that when he first joined, I didn't really think he was a good fit at all. But what we see now, I feel like, is a lot more autonomy in a round. We see Kirby take his own risks and I guess hold on, because now those two players are dead. It's a 2v2. And it's going to be a B-site hit, but with Knock in the site. So we'll give that thought a second.
Deagle in, up close. Maybe the player in heaven distracts long enough here. He'd have to topple Brokey first. Brokey looks away, and the bomb does go down, but the damage is in. Knock and Rez able to close it. Ninjas with a fifth.
Wow, and that's, yeah, the last round came close too. They pulled this one out, and maybe we'll get a chance to see the CT side, which would be fantastic. We'll like to see what Ninjas have to offer. And yeah, kind of destroys the narrative a little bit, because I feel like Kirby has been doing very good on this in this game so far. A couple of key rounds in B, a couple of good rounds here already on the T side to help them come back into the game. And yeah, I feel like BMAS felt uncomfortable. Sorry if I'm pronounced that incorrectly. I know it's a tough pronunciation, but I feel like he didn't feel comfortable taking a lot of the gambles and risks. But Kirby, a bit more tenured, a bit more experienced, MVP of his first major, has a bit more bravado about him, and I feel like that's kind of what FaZe Clan need. They don't seem like the kind of team that's going to help you and hold your hand when you come and join. They expect a lot, and I feel like Kirby has really stepped up to that challenge and just done a lot for himself. I don't think it's a coincidence that they won New York. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, actually. It's a tough, oh my goodness. I feel like it was always going to be tough for BMAS, but having had the success on Brokey, they thought maybe they could do it twice.
Right.
Maybe Brokey is just cut one of a different cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop. Down goes Brokey. Sorry, man. Spoke about you too fondly. Obviously, like the rest of FaZe, just getting picked apart here as they have so little to work with. Kierby, last man up. P250 in hand. He wants his bomb, damn it. But Rez is sitting on it. And now Rez has a teammate as well, so it goes from bad to worse. He tries his damnedest, but it all comes to a close. A 6th round for the Ninjas. Still trailing by 7. FaZe comfortably leading 13-6, of course. Buys back up on each side. Is Kierby going to drop an op? No, it is AKs and rifles everywhere.
That's the great part about Brokey as well, just as fluent with the AK as the op.
Yeah.
Strong riflers on this team, of course. And yeah, Rain having a hell of a game. So something of a faster round here. It's the push out through her short, split with Monster, some damage onto Coldzera. Nip are prepared for something a bit more heated.
Uh-oh. They've already slipped by Twist. And he actually dies empty-handed. Plopsky, he's going to get drawn into the action, but all they have is B short. It was stopped, thanks to Hampus.
You have such good map control here from NIP. They have the entire fallback. The only thing is that they have 2 players within the site, so if FaZe continue on with his execute, the CTs are a bit far away.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, Nock probably wants to try to walk over towards there, and they have Rez the fallback plan on stairs. Like, it's a bit risky to leave the 2 CTs alone, but they know it's B. No, that's the one thing.
Flash on Monster just a second too soon. Doesn't actually hit the mark, leaves them 3v3, but health advantage here definitely in the hands of Nip. And top of that, you've got Nock with a massive flank. Yo, wraparound. Plopsky just holding off long enough to close it cleanly. Everybody that was still standing in the 3v3 gets by for the Ninjas, a 7th round to the board for them. At a CT side that's starting to make money, starting to close convincing rounds. You know, we had that 11-4 score on Inferno to the favor of Nip, and then things kind of came to a grinding halt. I hope for FaZe's sake that's not going to happen here, but I do start to feel like things are getting closer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think T-side will be a bit harder, so we might see why, you know, FaZe don't like this map. After that CT side, we're like, why don't they love this map? But we saw with G2 as well, their T-side, when they don't play it a lot, that's where they felt the most uncomfortable. And conversely, NIP looks so much more active on this. I hate this so much. NIP looks so active on the CT side. They're actually getting utility damage in. They're pushing things. They don't do it on the T side.
Oh. Ouch. Nico, he's like, God, he's getting flashbacks to Inferno. Please, not the nades. Rez moves inwards here. Yeah, he's got an inkling as to what's up. You'll have a good shadow advantage on these angles too, so just hold off, be patient. 45 seconds, and FaZe, they're just trying to squeeze the CTs. Look at a juice 'em. Nock.
They have Hampus in the back as well.
Yeah, look at this. Just makes it really easy. Coldzera getting a kill kind of throws a bit of a wrench in the work. And, ooh, a second Desert Eagle frag for him. Oh, a third from Coldzera. Now he's got his hands on the AK. Needs that bomb. 20 seconds to move inwards here. Both the CTs back on Dumpster. Oh, one was in the open. Coldzera frothing and ready to win that. But no, it is taken away. 2 survivors up for the Ninjas. Still trailing, of course, by 5 rounds. But Coldzera's heating up, and FaZe are so close to pushing this into victory lane that I don't think Ninjas can even hiccup. They cannot let FaZe have any space. Double sniper setup here for Hampus and Nock.
We're talking about 8, 7, and 8 kills between Plopsky, Twist, and Hampus right now. So really, yeah, it's just a really despondent first half. But things look to change a little bit now. Door gets blown open. Middle of the map control here for FaZe Clan. Short B push from the CT side. And again, just this proactivity. IP is looking strong. Oh, so much damage on Nico. Poor Nico. He takes all his damage without ever seeing anybody. I really like this setup on B. I don't know if FaZe are going to go towards it, but... Ooh. I don't know if he got spotted, but... I don't think it's going to be a surprise either. So. Yeah.
Going for the long play as they get closer to the bathrooms. Dude, FaZe are going to be knocking on the front door. Good thing Rez can stop it on long. He loses a lot of his health, but Nock does still have a bit of assistance. Oh, he can't quite get back around the corner, though. They know a player has gotten down long. Hoppus is inside of a smoke with an op of all things. Not the best of positions, but he could just barrel stuff Rain, or Plopsky even bails him out through the smoke. And Kierby goes down long to catch Rez with his attention turned on bathrooms. Man advantage here for Ninjas. They don't have a smoke. They do have double mollies. They could completely counter Kierby and not even let him close. But what do they do about the bathrooms player? Well, he's going to be tucked into the side. Brokey flashes high, he's looking to peek alongside it, and he will net himself a kill. Now Hoppus no scopes Kierby on long, Brokey battling it back, but FaZe will let this slip. Ninjas with a 9.
That's a tough one. That was a good setup adjustment from NIP, but they were light on the A site, so it was nice from FaZe to attack it in the way they did. But of course, Rez got his kill on long, Knock got his kill towards A, and it was a 3v3, and that's an amazing no-scope. Holy smokes, I missed that one. And that, every kill was critical in those final waning moments. But now we're within 4, and a save on the horizon here for FaZe Clan. Gonna pull out the AK buy once again. Heavy lean towards B this time around. And again, I really like that last B setup that NIP had. Oh my god, he's gonna be able to farm so much damage down with this one M4. Well, that's the bomb. Are you muted?
No, sir.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Letting that one marinate.
Just letting it sink in the marinara.
Okay. Marinated like AOC in Among Us yesterday.
Ooh, you caught it? I didn't watch.
That was great. Okay, Plopsky, is he going to get flashed over? They don't need this. The round is so won, they're just like, man, this is boring. The most awkward save of all time. FaZe have to pretend they're going to go for it for a little bit, but really they're just going to fall back into cover. Legs. That's tough. It was perfect from Plopsky. Drops a nade, flash behind him, spam down through a smoke. Everything you want to see, really. And FaZe, that's the first time they were brave enough to go through with the full-on monster exec right out the gate.
Slowly but surely, Launders, they are working this one back.
See it coming. Wow.
Yeah, you can. Like, I mean, and you know what? I think that's why Plopsky, even after the pit, you asked, why is Plopsky? He still finds a way to smile. Well, maybe because he believed in the possibility of just reclaiming what is theirs here on Overpass. The double flashes. Look at that one. Never even allowed entry. Denied. Rez picked Overpass, they say. A 1.19 rating this year and a 1.25 rating last year on Overpass. Very cool.
Assuming that's...
Yep.
I guess I'm assuming that's his best map, one of his best maps. That's pretty beastly. He definitely does look good on the A site. He's been the primary rifler, and now he's coming up on Rain's kills. Not quite as KD because of how badly the first half went, but at this point, the only thing that matters is the score at the top.
Oh, please. If only. It's been a long time since we saw something like that.
Double swing. Ego
Good
grabs
trade.
both. Okay.
And what do they net from that? Well, a bit of a scrambled CT defense. They've got the utility to draw this in, but Hompus, he's trying to get over closer to Knock, it seems.
I feel like this is where Knock shines. Like, even though it's down a man, he knows where he can get a lot of information back and knows how to take these risks. That's an opening kill. They'll need some more, but it is 3v3, and take a look at the utility. There's 2 smokes and a Molotov, which could cause problems for the ops, but at the same time, because there's only 3 players, I think this is what really strengthens the ops. The inability to trade and the comfortability for the ops to take long lines alone. It is such a lean towards B. Spit onto the site. Knock might want to even move back into a retake position, but I don't think Hampus wants to come up here for a retake.
Knock's ready if they cross behind box, but if they just play for bathrooms, he won't see anything. Luckily for him, they do go wide, and he continues to hide. Oh, but Kierby, rapid headshot. Now Twist is coming in from behind, but which route does he go? And Hampus, well, he's got a little bit of a platform here to play from, hitting Coldzera. Now volleying him into the open. Meanwhile, Twist getting ever closer on long, and Kierby, he has not turned his attention to it. There's a world where the Opper creates a distraction here with a flash, and then Hampus, oh no, it's actually Twist who gets checked by Kierby. FaZe Clan take their 14th. I thought they were getting squeezed, but at the last second, they turned it around, and Kierby, crucial kill there.
That could have gone in either direction for sure. I mean, after this, such good trades from Nico. But then the two ops come in, Knock. He makes so much happen for his team, both versus the long, and then almost gets the third kill as well, but he double scopes to get out of his scope, it looked like, to move. He was just a bit more patient. Brokey would have been dead. And then Hampus actually played it very well as well. However, we're already into round 25, and Rez has pulled out an M4 frag to kick things off. Nico, once again, down to half HP, starting at almost every single round this way, whether it's via smokes, or smoke spam, or nade damage.
It felt inevitable that FaZe were going to win one eventually, but it's all about how many in a row. Can Ninjas get back to their winning ways fast enough to stop this? Bomb being brought by Brokey back through spawn. Yeah, they're setting themselves up for the A commitment. They don't have any smokes to actually deny vision, so I feel like the players on Ninjas will be safe. That one Molotov they have left, I mean, it could be super useful in a post plant. Considering Brokey has given the bomb over and he wants to keep that op back, I think it will stick there. If not, he could throw it into bank. He could put it behind dumpster. He could try and take some of the pressure off, because look how comfortable Nip is. Knock just holding onto his position, gets Coldzera right before the flash pops. There is the Molotov, preventing Knock from running outwards, but dumpster could still be such an issue. Kierby's gonna go ahead and plant. 20 seconds to spare as Ninjas are coming up from the B site. Nico takes close position versus the sniper of Knock. And now he's been revealed. Kierby only a single kill. It falls onto Brokey. A 1 versus 4. And the bomb isn't even halfway gone. He's been spotted and now he's getting pushed. A collateral is huge. If he can take down the player up front, then the defuser's next, but Brokey doesn't chance it. He backs up, gives Ninjas their 11th, and wants to try and cultivate some sort of cash, because they are going to be strapped. FaZe in an awkward spot as Ninjas continue the comeback.
Saving the op is everything. Two players below 4K. They'll buy up. He'll drop a gun. They'll be good on this round, but it's coming close now. And I think the only round we see Ninjas throw away is the one where they risk 2 riflers inside of connector. But apart from that, you literally have almost 50 kills of power between Rez and Knock to lock down A. I think the site is going to be, for the most part, very secure. Scary for FaZe because they've also been stuffed going into B by Plopsky, who had a terrible first half, but is looking a lot more comfortable now. Oh. Faked alert. Rain's low again. Every single round, NIP start off with some damage. It's so weird that it doesn't feel like FaZe are winning.
I feel you there. And I think it's because we've kind of forgotten just how flat that Ninja's T side was. You know, back then, it felt like all they could do was win. Rez is getting adventurous. Playing closer and closer down long. He's actually in front of the tree. Anticipating someone to come up from bathrooms, but look, they start to skate away. And if he keeps up with this, then he's going to be behind them as his team can justify stacking B.
Knock doesn't know if they're in bathrooms, but he's gonna, yeah, give it a call. Plofsky can lean over now left side Monster as the players rotate in. They can just double down on Monster side and let the rotators deal with short.
Oh, but it's a quick kill. Then the clap back from Hoppus. He gets the double. Rez does find his timing and cuts off short B. It's the double up from Brokey and Cold right into the sniper of Knock. 1v3 for the young gun of FaZe. 10 seconds remains. And he gets that bomb back. He does have safety to plant here unless they rush him down. It's a one-tap fake. Now he can just get it back in. There's no time, though. Oh, it comes down to milliseconds. Had he gotten that frag, Knock could have done nothing to stop him. If only a second more. But Brokey has to let it slip through the fingertips as Ninjas are now 2 rounds away from tying at 14 each.
He was forced to plant, of course. You know, we know, like Rez knows he's done if he goes for the peak killer or not. So that's a round. FaZe will call a timeout, but we saw, even though they got the opening kill on Monster, because NIP had that push from Rez to begin with, they were able to double down Woodwall, have an insurance policy, which is the key point to make up for the variance of losing that opening kill. And that's where the double kill spray down came in, I think, from Hampus. So nicely done from NIP, just on an informational basis. And of course, these critical op frags from Knock as well. He is just so nuts. He's just impact round after impact round.
Damn, man. If it wasn't for that second pistol, FaZe would nearly be out of this entire half. So waning chances as they have to bring back some money. See if Brokey and Nico's AK and Scout will be enough. Ooh.
Well, I was going to say Hampus had no help there in the stairs, but he does okay. He gets one, gives up a gun. That'll be collected. Middle of the map control again here, but Rez is a problem. If they do decide to do a walk up through bathrooms, he can flank in a couple of ways. And they also have knockback on the site. This is the serious issue. They're fragging so well. Oh my god, the pre-fire to do some damage. But hey, it's a 4v3.
Yeah, something to work with. 15 health for Brokey and Cold combined. And down he goes. Oh, he heard the scout. He heard the scope. Nico tags him up and then gets the headshot on the follow-up. Pressure's on Knock. 2 players from long. He's blinded and still he kills him. But there's KRB to the top of the box as Knock predicts the peak, gets him nailed to the wall, and Nico now trying to clutch, but Knock stops everything. 3 frags for him once he arrives on that A site. He has taken over the server, Mohan. 27 frags, and Ninja's 1 away from that coveted 14 all.
Yeah, he's top fragging on average again in the last 4 series, 3 of 4. It looks like it's going to be another one. Just really sick map from him here. And it's more than just frags. Like, he was doing so much on supportive grenades on Inferno, being in the right place at the right time. I mean, every single peak. It's like you're playing for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's in the position you want him to be in, that you'd put him in if you could see everything on the map, and you take the same peak the way he would. He's just controlling the game, and it looks so hard to play against.
Pressure's mounting. Remember, FaZe facing elimination. An 11-4 half, now nearly tied. Plofsky, oh, he gets killed from the other side. KRB's looking to double down on this, but Hampus will answer. And there's nobody else on Monster. Rez has advantage, sees the shadow. That one's easy. Oh my god, there's no money left either. Nico also, again, a shadow advantage angle. Just giving these kills to the CT side. They're on high alert. They've got the better of the positions, and these are dry peaks in both instances. Oh, yes. Rain. Okay. Okay, I forgot who was really the king of the server. And he's got a little more to offer if he doesn't get caught out by the man in heaven. He climbs over top of the barrels. They've lost track of him. Now he sees the shadow, but there it is from Knock. Yet another close coming in from the Swedish sniper.
Yeah, he just knows when to peek. I didn't think of between Rez and Rain that it'd be Knock to top frag at this point. Kirby's even catching up, though. I feel like he's one of the only players to be fragging on this T side. He's looked for openings. That's what I like the most. Even though things are getting a bit risky, it seems like he's taking risks without somebody calling them for him. He knows when he should try to peek out Monster Impossible. And, oh, another short peek. Oh my god, they actually lose. What's happening?
I don't know. They're
lost
just
2
trying to
rounds
throw
like
the
this.
Hail Mary. Don't you dare claw this game all the way back for something like that to happen. Don't forget Brokey, he's got a team kill in all of this. But because they had the Kevlar, those picked up rifles are dangerous now. Minute 20 on the clock. Rez unscopes as the smokes plume around him. He eats the flashbang. That's 3 Ts coming in from bathroom. Knock at bat. He has been a monster. 1 away from his 30th kill. 3 players for FaZe, and all of them are tagged dangerously low, but they're also dangerously close. Rez no scopes into the chest of Coldzera, snaps back onto Nico, and Rain is all that's left over. He too, shy of 30, 2 frags away. And he heard that sniper pop off from dumpster, sticks around, kills the first, but Twist will make the difference. Ninjas secure 15.
That's match point. That's for the win. That's to knock FaZe out. NIP pulling this back after an 11-4 half where they looked terrible. That first half, they looked terrible. But T-side, the real test of a team on Overpass, as it seems. And that's a round that they've lost, a very similar round to that in the past. The double connector push that gets shut down, met by connector aggression. I don't know if they're hoping to see people or not see people, but it hasn't worked out when people have been there. And now we're into round 30. FaZe just looking for OT if possible. NIP looking to eliminate them from DreamHack Fall.
Rez and Knock just shy of 30. Same can be said for Rain. Those 2 stars for the Ninjas have been enough. And Hompus, oh my. Oh, he smells blood in the water, but Rain gets to the 30 mark first. And a 5v4 for FaZe to keep the game going. But they're about to push through Monster. They are so close to Kierby. He tries to snap over, but they take it. Ninjas feeling the pressure of the moment. Now Rain, he's honing in. There is a second player here. Plopsky trying to duck down behind the ledge. The flash goes high, and it's a jumping Rain that gets plucked from the sky, but a trade still sustained. It's Nico to keep them in this. Utility being thrown both directions and still proactive play to be made. Rez is moving inwards, and he could so easily catch them in transition.
He's got to cancel.
He opts not to climb.
Oh.
He's gonna follow them. But he can't run. He can't run just yet. He will eventually be able to, but Coldzera, while Rez is sniffing out the backside, he's moving them in closer. And he's gonna get into bank before these other 2 CTs get into position. This round is wild. And Cold, he's gonna have the advantage. The sniper walks around unsuspected, but they don't know about Twist. He gets killed by Brokey, and Rez has nothing left here in front of him. 101 ADR, 28 kills, but he needs the 1v3 to close for the Ninjas, and at least he can play this with nothing to lose. A smoke and a flash for him. A Molotov on Nico. Nobody facing. A stern-faced Rez walking in for the clutch. How does he section them off? He gets caught by Nico, and Overpass keeps on giving.
We got OT after one of the craziest rounds that we've seen so far. That's nuts. Rain hits 30 on that. But before we get into OT, let's go to a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
pa' la calle, forma el vacilo. No le hablen de amor, a Cupido mató. Ella se cansó, se rebeló y el corazón de piedra lo convirtió. Se despierta cool con los bolsillos full. No depende de nadie, esa es su virtud. No le importa nada, esa es la actitud. ¿A dónde va a invitarla si tiene más que tú? Ella prende la busca con melacita buena, de esa que la fuma y la lleva a la estrella. Ella no quiere un bobo que la llame, todos esos trucos se lo sabe. Yo lo sé, me llamará a las 10 contando alguna historia pa' que yo la vaya a ver. Y yo lo cogeré y lo pasaremos bien, porque yo le gusto, y ella a mí me gusta. Ella está por encima, le gusta la calle pero se mantiene fina. Tiene un flow que asesina. Ella te domina. Ella está por encima, le gusta la calle pero se mantiene fina. Tiene un flow que asesina. Ella te domina. Ella es una mata aquí, la asesina. Como serpiente te baila, te domina. Si te pica no hay medicina. Es maléfica como Angelina. Es como una Glock que nunca se tranca. Si te tira clic, caíste en la trampa. La nueva religión, una mala santa. En la calle creció, es una malandra. Ella la busca con melacita buena, de esa que la fuma y la lleva a la estrella. Ella no quiere un bobo que la llame, todos esos trucos se lo sabe. Pero yo lo sé, me llamará a las 10 contando alguna historia pa' que yo la vaya a ver. Y yo lo cogeré y lo pasaremos bien. Tomamos un par de copas para que se ponga fresh. Ella está por encima, le gusta la calle pero se mantiene fina. Tiene un flow que asesina. Ella te domina.
Oh boy, what a map on our hands. We've got Rain at 30 frags. We've got Knock on 29, Rez at 28. Everybody trying to keep this, at least for the ninjas, from going to a third. But FaZe Clan with elimination on the line will not go down without a fight. And we're going to get a
shut
fight.
up.
Early Knock into overtime. He's been waiting for the last few minutes of that pause to just come right into this and do that. Brokey, poor kid, gets blasted into tomorrow, and it's a 5v3 for ninjas quick.
You know what's so funny about that? It's like he sent his 2 rifles down the connector only to get ass blasted away at the same time. And this time he's like, okay, I'm going to go down there with 1 gun and get my kill and get connector control and show you what we need to do to win the round. Now, I would say I feel like ninjas have a big advantage in this half because their CD side overall look way better.
Yeah.
And not just a half, but an OT because they get the start on this side. They can establish
Full guns. Yep. Oh, here it is, Kierby, though. He's going to find the better of the timing. Peeks out from Monster with that flash on Plobsky.
I really do
Things
want
are
to
going to
credit.
cool off.
Yeah, I really do want to credit Kirby for when these rounds start to get out of hand. He does take the right risks and finds out how to get kills outside Monster quite consistently. Oh
wow!
They're a key fragger from round 30.
Oh man, we need a replay of that. He just caught the man jumping behind the dice. And off of that, he's created massive space on this A site. I mean, we saw coldzera do exactly this at the end of regulation. Oh, but he took damage from that molly. Awkward Molotov spread, gives up his position, takes away half of his health. And now the 2 players inside of Bank, they could be coming gunning for him. But Nico, he doubles back. And Rez better keep his head on a swivel. Nico's ready to move in. Oh, there's the duel. Goes the way of FaZe. All 3 of their players, though, half HP or less, and Twist sees a sliver of coldzera. That's all he needs. Kierby's got his head tucked straight beneath Twist. Now he pops up, and he seals the deal. FaZe with the opening round of OT.
And that could be key. Yeah, they actually had those first 2 kills. Then Kirby made a key play on B. coldzera found a key timing on A. That's been the keys for their T side for the few rounds that it has worked out. And they were able to find the key slots on both sides of the map. So now FaZe on this round are probably feeling a lot better. Takes the edge off. They can move to their CT side, at least knowing that the pressure's a bit more off. And they played so damn well in that first half. I wouldn't be shocked if it fell flat again for Ninjas. Early damage off into short beat. Fair bit of control here from NIP on CT side.
Here it comes. Big utility burst. The flash gets Plopsky, but Hop is there to trade it. Bomb dropped. Oh, Hoppus! 3 kills off Monster. Molotovs the bomb, ejects, swaps out to the AK. He's looking for more targets to take, and Nico and Rain are both barely standing. Oh, Nico's so blind, but he just waits. He doesn't panic. He doesn't shoot. And as long as he can just put this AK to the head of Rez, he's going to be okay. It's going to be really tough to get this bomb back. He saw the leg. Rez spotted him, and now it's all on Rain. Technically, the bomb is up for grabs. Ninjas looking to just make sure they play the post plant. Look, they're so worried that I don't think they have confirmation that he's here. Now they do.
He could actually go, yeah.
Yeah, run to A.
Yeah. That was such a sick play from Hampus.
Oh.
Wow, this is still a stretch for Rain, but that was such a key play from Hampus. The spray down, even the flash afterwards to help Rez position on sandbags. And yeah, he's got a really difficult post plant on his hands.
Sure. One player coming up from B, the other 2 already on bathrooms. Bombs planted just outside of dumpster. If he does get towards long, he could maybe section this off, but oh my god, the timing.
Oh my god.
He hears those footsteps on dumpster, doubles back, but by that point, Knock knows they've fixated in on him. Never was Rain favored to close that clutch, but at least he put himself in the post plant. It's 16 rounds each for the Ninjas and FaZe.
Well, at least they're making him work for it, but can FaZe pull out another one? That's the key question. Crazy. We've got just 2 rounds into OT, 2 players at 20, 1 at 28, 1 at 30 on Rain. And on the other side, 2 players just crossing the 30 mark. The 2 8 players in Knock and Rez, who have been so damn good. But Plopsky had a spray down round on Monster. Hampus had a round to himself just now, and another round where he had a 2K spray down on Monster that had been key at stopping any of the fast B aggression. And again, another pretty successful opening. However, that was just damage. The kill is everything.
Oh, and the molly goes by. Is that going to spread? No, he's all right, and he's going to slip into this. They never expected that, not with the Molotov. And now another one drops on the barrel player, but he lays down the smoke. Hampus does have a little bit of room to work with. He's trying to cross paths with them, but they find him out. It is all on Knock. I mean, let's just call it. FaZe 17-16, 2 of their T-side OT rounds. Considering they found so little in all of regulation, this is huge for them.
Yeah, they actually played it quite quickly. It's not every day you see Rain, take the reins like that. Go for the entry after the opening kill. He just decided, he heard somebody reloading. He's like, screw it. I know there's 2 people in the site. I'm just going to risk it to try to get 1 more, and that's all they needed. It's great to see. It's great to see. We swap over, and this is FaZe's strong side. Now, I have more confidence that NIP could figure out what went wrong in that first half than vice versa, because of the amount of times they play this map and because it's their pick. But again, FaZe have put themselves in such a comfortable position, winning 2 rounds on their most lackluster side. Derby's hurt.
Going for the boost with the player just beneath them. Nets them nothing. Smoke on Rain. Flashes both sides of A. 3 members of Ninjas stacked outside of this. Does Rain walk through? No, instead he walks back, but he heard that step on Plopsky. Damn, it's close. Smoke out. Oh my god, Rain dancing with death. 40 seconds left. Bomb working its way outside of Monster, and there goes Plopsky. Doubling back. Still outside of connector, still trying to keep some kind of presence on the A site, but look at Kierby. I think he's going to get maybe flashed over top of this. Or just hope they push through the side? I mean, he's so low that he's just looking to catch him by surprise, and that's never going to happen. coldzera buying a bit of time, but he burns. Hampus turns him to a crisp, and Plopsky up at the A site gets killed by Nico. 15 seconds for the plant, and nobody there to stop it for FaZe. The retake is on. Two smokes and a flash. Brokey's gonna try and get himself out of connector. Hits the eyes of Hampus, that helps. But no entry kill. No swift exit, and for that reason, they won't even attempt it. It's Ninjas to tie at 17 each, still anybody's game.
Yeah, they want to hold on to this op, and it's a much more confident round here from NIP than we saw in the first half. They moved along with the execute a lot more quickly. They got in there, they really pressurized it, and of course it helped that they did so much damage to Kirby. That's the one play he's been making. That's actually one of my main criticisms of Kirby. Like when we see him on Mirage on B site, he does the same thing every single round. Here on the CT side of Overpass, of course, you know, he's new to the position. They don't play this map a lot, but that seems to be his one play, is move up close to the monster smoke at the end of the tunnel and hope that he can get a gimmick frag. But, you know, they've got two there waiting to full exec. So unless they're not there, he's not really going to have much impact in the round.
Oh my God, they're going through this. Ninja's gonna go for the rush. Kirby, he just dinked both those players. 5 health left gives coldzera an excellent easy 2K to pick back up. Nico in his place. Molly's moving past him, but Nico has Sanctuary. Oh, he has been given a gift. They should never expect this. But maybe Hampus does know. Maybe Hampus thinks it's possible. Yeah, he seems trained in on it, but Nico's still able to get the kill. It's all on Knock. FaZe looking to secure double OT at least. 3 players around him. Minute on the clock. Bomb on his back. Now, if he waits long enough, they're going to suspect he may have left. Nico's position won't be good for much longer. Knock is waiting for exactly that. Now he can challenge, and Brokey wins the sniper duel, a crucial kill to take. FaZe Clan, 18 rounds, 1 away from pushing the series onto the 3rd.
God damn, he was close. If he had just shot, it seemed like he knew where Brokey would be sitting, but he wanted to get visual confirmation, and that was all the time that Brokey needed to land his. Now, as stupid as it is, I would have liked to see Hampus sit in the smoke if he knew that coldzera was on the other side of it, because what coldzera did was exactly that, and wait for his opponent to show up. That's just the name of the game right now. If you want to be able to have an advantage in the duel, you got to be in the smoke first, or you got to be in the smoke in general. Hampus, however, starts off this T side with a bang.
Yeah.
Was he in the same spot?
Oh, he sees him. He must see him. He sees that shadow. He sees the shadow, but doesn't pull the trigger swift enough. Kirby tried to push through the smoke by the looks of it, I believe. And it looks like B aggression is kept up by FaZe, but also over on A. Brokey's extended out long. He misses the op shot, 4 versus 2. Double overtime looking likely, unless Rain, the first player to take over this map, has something to say about it, and he lets the first player go by him. Now that's 3 men up long, 1 on the bathrooms. Rain and coldzera behind enemy lines. Oh my God, he could cut them all off, but he drops the shot and Hampus won't. 3rd kill for Hampus here in the most crucial of rounds, but the bomb is dropped. coldzera's on for the clutch in the 1v4. Molly hits the floor and he runs right into it, trying to commit to the cause, but this is not looking likely. Double OT unless, with that headshot, there's only 2 more players to take, and they are sectioned off. The flash goes high, and coldzera dies. Overpass keeps on giving.
Wow, they earn it back. It's tough, and we have a flip. We have 2 rounds on the harder side for both teams. The adjustments are coming in. The overpass is getting better, okay? That's at least one thing. They've made improvements. They've made adjustments. Everybody's fragging now. It's so much better to watch than that first half, and it's tense. I mean, it's FaZe's life on the line, so they might be feeling it a little bit more than NIP, who have an extra map to potentially fall back on. But it's no telling who wins this now. FaZe are definitely playing well enough to close this out.
Yeah, Brokey, playmaker position. Fades out. Doesn't see anything, doesn't want to stick around too long. I think you are right, man. And that's the most important. The overpass has got better. We're cranking it up. And Rez, smashing the buttons, takes Brokey's head off through the tree. But Rain could go unchecked. Turns his attention, hears the step, sees the shadow, can't quite get that second. It was close. Nico's now committed. If he tries to crawl back, yeah, that's exactly. He's just stuck in no man's land with a hand in front of his eyes. He dies. 3 kills for Rez. If he can pull off something like this in overtime, tip of the hat. Potential for the ace as he continues to truck down long. coldzera lines up bodies, but he can only get the single kill. It's Kierby now to try and close the cross. And he sees the duel. He drops the bomb. And with 30 seconds left, they're going to have to plant on the opposite side of the boxes. 1v2 left over. He's going to reroute. Full utility for the clutch. He's going to announce his position with the Molotov, doubles back, gets another piece of utility. Oh, but he walks right into the gun. And that's not going to bode well for his HP. Sure, he lays down more incendiaries, but it's just an inevitability that he gets into the crosshair of Nock, who sets up shop and closes. Ninjas in pajamas with an overtime lead.
Where were these flashes? On their opening T side. They got Brokey here. They got Rain. They got flashed Nico. Perfect. They're making moves nice and early. They're taking control of things. And now they're scarier than ever. 19 so far here, looking to close this out with 20. FaZe, it's a bit more scary for them. Narrow loss in the first OT. And now it could be all she wrote. Kierby takes a ton of damage. Last round he died doing this. This time he's low.
Oh, Hampus, tough task. coldzera guns him down. 5 versus 4 here for FaZe, looking to keep things tied. This position's so powerful. There's even a certain set of smokes that he can see over top of, so we'll see as the utility may come out, but he actually lays down one of his own. Trying to catch a boost perhaps, but nothing there. I mean, there's players there, but nothing over top of it. Rain's gonna tuck himself in. Here comes that utility. He hears it. He's ready for it. 2 players go by. Rain, perfect position. It's actually Brokey to lend a helping hand, and with an additional flash, he's trying to keep Nock back, but he gets barrel stuffed close, and a 3v2 is what we're left with. 30 seconds on the clock, and Nico just playing behind Optimus Prime. Eventually, that connector flank from Kierby's coming out, but he is low HP, so he has to be cautious as to not get caught. Oh no, fumbling guns! And it's FaZe to tie again. Met by Molly's, just gonna run right through him. No issue. Oh my goodness, Kierby, if only he knew. I mean, if he sticks to that spray, that is so much damage. But obviously trying to dodge death himself, he lets it slip. 2 players for FaZe pushed up in bathrooms. Mollies go over the top. Hampus getting ever closer. Oh my god, Nock's position. He is on the A site. The problem is he's not scoped in. Plopsky's actually gonna get the bathrooms kill. Now he can focus inwards. 2 kills coming back for FaZe. They know. Oh, Nico, he denies it. And there it is, coldzera's sniper singing on the B site. A 20th round for FaZe looking likely. Focus forward, twist. Nothing to lose, but it is FaZe with the 20th. They'll have the edge as they swap to the T side, where last time, last OT, they found some great success.
Sorry about that. Just quickly dropped out, caught some of that round. What did I miss?
What did you miss, dude? Action-packed Counter-Strike. Big kills.
Okay.
Clutch attempts here and there. What you need to know, taking it away, is that FaZe Clan's coming to life, man. Double sniper setup looking good. Knock had a chance last round, didn't quite come into fruition. He was on the A site, Launders, with 2 players pushed on bathrooms, but they died. They died in front of him, and so his flank never came in. Heartbreak is essentially what I'm trying to describe.
Right, yeah. Double op setup, of course, was a real winning combination for FaZe Clan, punishing how spread out their defaults were, how spread out NIP's defaults were. But now we swapped over. NIP, will they be comfortable? They look stressed.
Tidbit of damage there versus Twist. Perhaps a sign of things to come. Rez committed on long. Dude, we saw him with some huge flanks down connector at times. Curious to see if his position goes unchecked, whether he can slip in behind them, but great boost coming out from the B site. You love to see it.
That looks very difficult to deal with, especially versus the AUG. And now that Rez has been spotted, he's going to throw some utility, but they're going to try to pinch him. Kirby
called out.
That risk, yeah, and it gets called out with the bomb drop to boot. 2 on 5.
Damn, Rez. That is a huge move. I mean, you saw him throwing the flash, knowing that the pressure was coming, knowing that the pinch was possible. Poor Kierby kind of thrown to the wolves in that position. Knock will miss his shot, 2v5, and Brokey brings it back by 1. 40 seconds left over. But Knock's not making it any easier. And Brokey, well, he could get checked by Twist at a moment's notice. He's going to run right back into Hampus or Twist, either of which we're so ready to pinch. That's 20 rounds apiece. Oh, baby.
You know, this is where, I mean, if you didn't have a playbook coming into it, this is where things get really scrimmy, of course. You're going to take a lot more risks. You guys knowing exactly how the other plays, getting way too comfortable, finding those timings is what OT is all about. Kirby's risk looks somewhat foolish to us, but if he got there a moment sooner, could have got the inside of the wall. Rez, maybe if he doesn't fall back right away, is in a bad position. Of course, the issue was Kirby having the bomb on his back when he took said risk. But that being said, Rez, he's been a beast, very aware, and I'm not surprised that, you know, he did expect that to be a play to be made. So you could call it a call out. And again, we got 22 to win. We'll need 2 CT or T rounds in a row for either of these teams. From what we've seen, it's totally possible. Not going for that connector aggression with his AWP. He's going to be stuck in here, man. They're wrapping around the outside of him.
No.
Boost is up.
Great.
That's not a free shot. He'll drop it, and now the pressure is on.
Hell yeah, it is. The Molotov falls inwards.
A site.
There is one player back. One player back here at the base of ladder. That's Kierby, AK bests the M4. That's a bit of a robbery. Plopsky, he's committed to the corner, sees the shadow, gets the headshot. 2 more players just on the other side. And oh, the grenade! Oh my goodness, Hampus saves the day. An artillery strike in the form of a frag blows the bomb into full control. I mean, it is within the wasp's nest. Kierby, he has the B bomb site for free. Remember, 11 HP only to his name, but no bomb.
I think he got spotted. Knock. Oh, eyes trained on this. He doesn't need to move a muscle. There's no choke point to split off of if you're Kirby. But you know what? Maybe he didn't see him. It felt like that.
Quick flick.
He's gonna have to, he's gonna have to drop the hammer on him. Kirby, how does he swing out? 11 HP, but it doesn't matter versus the Yop. And there it is. The shot's in.
Bam. Slammed. And Nico now left over. As you said, 22 for the win, 21 to secure triple OT. Nico's getting closer. Now he's been spotted. And it's just shut down by Knock. I mean, I want to see Hampus' frag grenade, man. That was a cruise missile. I mean, Plopsky was so stuck in that position. And once he got the first kill, the jig was up. Look at this.
Was the default
Bada
nade
boom.
right front sight, yeah. And then he comes up, man. And this is the B site defense that comes through in the clutch for everybody on A. Normally, they've been the players to lock it down, but usually it's a win condition for NIP to rely on Knock and Rez to lock it down on A. And they got caught off in the worst spot possible that early in the round. It made perfect sense for FaZe to run up bathrooms the way they did, only to run into Plopsky, who got into the perfect position close sight, and for FaZe to be too scared to trade him while Knock came through with that artillery barrage behind him, as you mentioned.
Nuts, man. Props. Hoppus working his magic. Buy on the cards. Brokey's busted. Tech 9 only for him. Elimination on the line. RMR points on the line. Rez plays somewhat aggressive. He's inside of bathrooms. We've seen him work wonders on long A. What's he going to make of this?
Why his rating's so high. Such a high frag, a key position. You have to be comfortable in floating between these two angles. No cover to fall back from. You just have to deliver, and he'll deliver one.
Yep.
Assist
Cold
not.
Sarah.
There's no one at long.
Big risk for that jump play, but I mean, they got what they wanted. They've dealt with Rez. Kierby, he is so fixated on it, and they go for the peak, but Hoppus bests him. That could have been everything. Now they see that long B is completely clear. Where do they go from here?
Yeah, looks like they're going to walk it back to A, right into the scope of Knock. You would be hard-pressed to believe you missed a shot like that. He could feel that timing in his heart.
Two
This could be
flashbangs, a smoke and a molly. Smoke off heaven, perhaps. Molly barrels, move it in. There it goes. Utility showering inwards. There's the answer back from the CTs, and they've got the entry. Rain maybe keeping his team in it. Hoppus panicking, trying to spin in circles, and sure enough, it's a health advantage for the counter-terrorist, but still it's the 2v2. Great grenade, a little bit of chip damage, could have been far worse for Rain. He is still in it. The first player to hit 30 frags in the server, now looking to keep them alive. A one-tap into the brain of Knock leaves Twist to come walking outwards.
Oh my god, he
And
didn't see him.
He's just committed to the position, but down he goes. It's a slight edge to the favor of Twist, but Brokey knows he's dropped down to the water. He has a flash, but the bomb's not planted for Brokey. Twist trying to close the gap, but triple OT on the cards. Ladies and gentlemen, another break, another overtime, and another chance for FaZe to keep their tournament going.
La 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 la. Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down. I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom. 'Cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, 'cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now, and then I need to worry about, 'cause I got no problem. no problem. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, cause I got no problem. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, cause I got no.
Once upon a time, FaZe Clan led this game 11 rounds to 4, but they do say third time's the charm. And as we are deep in the dungeons of overtime, this could be the last. For who, you ask? I don't know. Way too close to call.
God, I don't think either of these teams know at this point. This game has given us everything and more. Comebacks into the overtimes with the clutch rounds.
Wow.
Rookie knock, trading shots, missing slightly, but doing damage.
Yep. If that duel is not kind of just an analogy for this entire map,
Right.
so close for
Oh,
everyone.
Rez, he's going to forget about Cold Zero. He's actually tucked in. Well, not know it all. Oh my God, he doesn't go too
didn't
far.
go.
Nico gets a kill. Oh, Rez falls back.
He just slipped back in. Lays down a smoke of his own. They're trying to find him. They know he's on retreat. Or is he actually doubling back? He could potentially take the position on long that we've seen him in oh so often. The only solution FaZe had for this was to sacrifice a man on top. The flash goes deep. Rez, yeah, exact same situation. They do the same thing to deal with him, but in the meantime, they lose a second body down at the B site. There's Hampus coming in from Connector, able to drop the bomb and engulf it in flames. Nico down to 49 as he retrieves it. They're just going to try and express lane into the A site. Knock, mollied off, and still able to fight back with that sniper. Nico, barely alive, is doing everything in this round. He had the 3K, but it's not quite enough. Ninja's taking the first round of triple OT.
And Knock, Hampus, he's up to 28. He's been such a good support rifler as the rotator. Great supporting utility, good rotations. He's coming through with a bunch of key kills now. Closes out this round in OT, and it's really about who is going to be the best player now, not who brought them here. And we're seeing some improvements on a couple of different, both NIP and FaZe players. But man, what a hectic start to the round. You gotta love the confidence and patience from Rez. He doesn't just fall back to the site and let them execute. He sticks around, he gets info early, he allows Hampus to find that timing, right? By getting the info when he does, even though he dies.
Sure.
It's about more than just staying alive.
Molly prime for Kierby.
Whoa.
Ooh, little jump spot. Nico knows he's been seen. Decent. Nobody has been hit by more frag grenades than Nico this
Seriously.
series. Poor guy. But it's not over yet, and he is still fighting. 27 health, just shy of that of Twist. We get more utility going both directions at the 45-second mark. But clearly with the setup here from FaZe, there's no commitment behind it just yet.
We know the round that's coming. It's Cold Zera. He's walking up to long again. The bomb's going back this way. They're trying to fake B and create a timing for Cold Zera. But he's not moved up as far as he normally is. So this is maybe going to be a bit different. Something of a full A.
Hampus trying to get back ahead of it. 25 seconds. Oh no. Rez, he gets caught by Brokey. This could compromise the entire A site. Sure, the Molotov's down, but so is the smoke. They catch a guy in the open. Hampus not able to get back behind the barrels because Rain is on a tear. He gets 2. Knock answers. That's his 41st frag. 10 seconds. 2v2. Bomb not yet planted. It's able to cross over to Optimus, but Knock, he can't find the angle. Maybe after he drops Brokey, there's a chance, but Cold Zera can't kill him. Knock with 3 kills yet again. Takes a 23rd for Nip.
I cannot believe the amount of times that Knock peeks into Brokey and is just faster than him in a position where Brokey should absolutely get the trade. He is an unbelievable talent, this guy, with the amount that he's done from a perspective of positioning, utility, playmaking, and man disadvantaged situations, straight on off duels, one versus other ops. He is really the full package.
now. FaZe, who had started off overtimes with 2 rounds to their name, starting to fizzle out. Back into the likelihoods of regulation and less rain. Oh my God, you want to talk about the full package? Well, there's a package for Rain delivered on his head. Twist. Carpet bombing short as they come barreling out from Monster. Smoke grenade a bit late. Twist trying to buy time. His teammate's not yet in position. He needs to go huge, but he only gets the first one. It's man advantage for FaZe Clan as they scramble to win a single T round in this third overtime. More frag grenade damage being thrown. Cold now dropped to 43. A player stranded in water. They know it, but how do they get him out of here? Brokey's trying to take the fight. He's the last remaining member of his team with HP. And they have no utility. Rez has 1 smoke. He starts to move forward. He gets the first duel. Rez able to get the second. 2 HP's the difference on him. Now Nico, he's creeping, he's crawling, and it's a calamity because Rez slams it home. 3 frags for him and a clean sweep of the third OT to the favor of the Ninjas.
No way Rez makes that play. That's 2 2v3s back-to-back for NIP. 1 because of Knock, 1 because of Rez. The 2 strongest players of this map so far. Typically the A players. Now what we're seeing is the A players make key plays at B and vice versa. Amazing teamwork so far, and the utility damage for NIP absolutely trounces that on FaZe. An average of 300 on 3 different players. 4 now, 400 for Hampus. The most on any single player on FaZe is 200.
Holy hell. Rain, gonna be tested. Solo hold inside connector. Sure, he has Brokey to try and cover his retreat, and he's gonna take it. He retires early. A 5v4 is good enough.
And poor Rain, that last round. That double entry on short within 10 seconds of pushing by himself, and they still lose.
Smoke's gonna fade. Kierby in a really tough position. His flash could be fantastic. Smoke goes down, there's the flash. He catches him. Oh no, he only gets the 1 kill. Rez is able to answer it. Coldzera back behind the pillar. He's being swarmed, he's being surrounded, and he even manages to take one with him. It's still FaZe to hold on to the 1-man edge, make it a double. Brokey's sniper gets the difference maker. Rez, 41 frags, shooting for 44 and a 1v3 clutch. He's got a flash, he's got the bomb, and a smoke that starts to fade in front of him. If he goes for the plant, he could just get rushed. He has no clue what's in store for him. The player in heaven, he doesn't peek. Now he's posted. Rez hoping that he can do the exact same thing yet again. If he can find Rain in the open, that'd be massive. But off this bomb plant, Rain's gonna come up ramp, and that's all she wrote. A 20-second round for FaZe.
Oh, a key play from Rain. Rez was actually in a great spot if he had planted the bomb and just assumed that no one was flanking. But how's he supposed to know? Either way, this is what it comes down to. RMR points on the line here for FaZe. 2 rounds just to bring it to another overtime. It's their comfortable side. They can definitely do it, taking it 1 round at a time. The double op adjustment has worked for them in the past. Kierby in its comfort zone with the AUG. Every single detail about their gameplay is going to be under a microscope. So much is known about their playbook. This is going to be the strength of individuals more than anything else. And choking will probably be the reason that you lose.
Yeah, the individuals looking so good all over. God, who is the king of the server? It's so hard to tell. Mad Lads fighting for the crown. Minimal frag damage. No issue. 5 members of the Ninjas in Pyjamas grouped up outside of B. Plopsky's gonna drop that heaven smoke, flashing into short. Incendiaries kind of make them a bit uncomfortable. Coldzera, oh my. He's able to flick back in time. And then Kierby's supposed to come off barrels, but he gets denied by Knock. Rez through the edge of the wall, takes the man advantage. This could be it. Rain at bat, 1v3. Little HP to work with and a bomb plant to make it worse. The flash is fantastic. 3rd time's the charm. They close it. The Ninjas in Pyjamas eliminating FaZe from DreamHack Open Fall. A heartbreaking fall on Overpass, but a hell of a run. An 11-4 regulation score that nobody saw coming, and nearly running it all the way back until they finally finally did. NIP, congratulations. You've earned it.
What an absolutely unbelievable map of Counter-Strike. I was so disappointed, we all were, after that first half. NIP looked flat. By the end of it, it looked like they had scrimmed for weeks. They were so good, so drilled. I haven't seen Rain in form like that in so long, but Rez had to be in the same form today. Knock had to be in the same form today, and there weren't enough pieces for FaZe to keep up. That was really some astonishing CS.
So much to talk about, so much to discuss, and it's for that reason that we'll leave this one in the capable hands of our analyst desk. Join us after the break to see what they make of what was such an exciting series.
A series that would deliver on every level and a roller coaster ride every step of the way. It all looked in FaZe's favor after a dominant first half. The NIP, they were not giving up easy. They somehow claw it back every inch of the way and knock FaZe kicking and screaming from the competition. Joining me to break down that masterclass we just witnessed, of course, the wonderful Potter and Blair. Potter, it was 11-4. 11-4 after the first half. So before we even discuss those OTs, how on earth did NIP make it work on their CT side to even bring it to OT?
It was 11-4, and you know, I mean, it did seem very one-sided, but I have to point out once again, NIP lost both pistols. They did not convert the second round wins, and we have to remember when they were down 0-9, they forced FaZe into a save immediately after they got the first round. So certainly NIP, they were crossing their T's, dotting their I's. It was slow. They weren't finding the openings that they were looking for. We even saw in the stats that Elliot put up that Knock, he didn't even go for the opening kill. So certainly something was uncomfortable for NIP, but listen, it totally set them up, teed them up for the second half, teed them up for these OTs because they looked practiced. You heard it in Launder's voice. They look like they've been scrimming this map for years, decades, and they certainly made it exciting. But even FaZe, man, my God, Rain, his form that he was showing, every angle that he was taking, he was good for it, right? So this was such an exciting match, such an exciting series.
It was such an exciting series indeed. And I know, Blair, you wanted to sort of break down one of those key moments for NIP on that second half where they kind of just turned it around for themselves to be able to take it to that 15th round.
Yeah, before that, I want to just kind of preface everything by saying like how, you know, you open up Twitter, you open up Instagram, whatever, and you see people like, yeah, CSGO's dead, Counter-Strike's over. I'm like, listen, did you see that game? Did you watch that game? Like, if you have a smidgen of any emotion, like, it just goes to show this game will keep delivering till probably the sun goes out, right? And that was just a fantastic game. It was hectic, a lot of firepower being showcased there, like Potter mentioned. You had Rain, you had Knock. What a beast. You had Rest stepping up as well. But it's one I want to point out. It's around 14-11 for the side of FaZe. Okay, I'm going to bring up stats helix with this one. And I'm going to just slow things down a bit. Okay, look at the time, 1:37 on the clock. It's kind of a default here. And look at the utility that NIP had. They don't have too much, right? They have a Molotov, a few smokes, a handful of flashbangs. And it's kind of a default setup here. And, you know, there's a little bit of posturing from FaZe happening over at the monster area, but they're not really showing much. And it's kind of like a default at the moment. And what happens here is Rez. Just keep an eye on him, right? He's going to be waiting. He's going to be biding his time. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, and you can see Rez now slowly creeping up. It's a minute on the clock, and this is kind of like the high risk, high reward sort of thing. Cold's actually waiting for a potential flank, and it's all about the timing. Knock's a little over at A, and have kind of like a three-man setup towards his B side. Now Rez walks up, and the moment he clears the fountain area, and he finds there's no one there, that's the moment that Knock immediately rotates back towards the B bomb site right now. Rez clears out towards this towards the connector area. Broky's still looking, but it's all about the timing. Rez is just like 5 seconds delayed. And then I just want to take a look at the Molotov being tossed in here at the 30-second mark. They have the one Molotov the entire round, just tossing it towards short, and then FaZe have to go for the hit. But when that happens, there are 4 players waiting, then the frags take place, and look at the flashes popping behind Hampus. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just enabling him. 2 kills for him. It's a 2v3, and a round kind of plays out. It comes down to 1v1 in the end, but Brokey, unfortunately, the youngster, he ran out of time. And of course, that's how the frags go. But I just want to point out, that is a round which kind of broke FaZe's money. They just had a scout for Nico after that, and then in the end, they were able to take it to OT, but I feel like that was a very, very important round for NiP to win.
It was, of course, a pivotal moment for the side of NIP. And speaking of which, we can check in with one of the men from that Ninjas in Pyjamas side. It's, of course, Rez joining us after that matchup. Rez, absolute pleasure to have you here. Congratulations on that momentous win, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to ask, what were the thoughts and what was the mentality of the team like? What were your communications like in those final moments? Because there was so much pressure on you guys. It was such a momentous comeback. Can you talk to us about the thoughts of the team in the final moments?
Yeah, well, it was really intense in TeamSpeak and a lot of yelling, a lot of adrenaline and energy. We really wanted to win so bad, and we felt like we really deserved it as well, because we lost a couple of unlucky runs here and there. So yeah, we're so happy that we managed to close it out.
Thoroughly deserved indeed. Blair, I know you also had a question to ask.
Yeah, like the first half, right? I mean, how frustrated were you? You were, I think, like 9-0, 9-1 down, and the scoreline wasn't looking great, right? But what do you feel kind of went wrong there? I saw a few things. You were taking a lot of dry peaks. You weren't able to draw the utility from FaZe. What did you fix heading into the final rounds of that first half?
Yeah, they shut us down pretty good, but we weren't concerned at all, because we knew that we had a really, really strong seed half. So we used to talk to each other, like we used to need like 3-4 rounds and we were good. So we used to try to close at least a few rounds in the end, and we knew we could go into a CTF comfortable.
Speaking of a strong CT half, Rez, man, your Overpass performance here on the CT side was incredible. You were finding all the holes, giving your team so much information. What is it about Overpass and you? Because it just seems like anytime your team plays this map, it's always you just topping the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's like I always say, it's my most favorite map ever. You can do so many things on it, and you can be really creative. I'm comfortable in maybe like every single situation there is. So it's a favorite map of mine, and that's why I think it's going good for me there.
Of course, I want to give you a bit of breathing time, Rez, of course, before you think about your next match here at DreamHack Open Fall, but it will be against OG. I'm just wondering, do you have any initial thoughts of their form at this tournament so far?
Yeah, they're definitely a strong team, a good individual skill there, and we need to play our A game to manage to beat them for sure.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, Rez. Pleasure to speak to you as always, and congratulations on that momentous win.
Thank you.
An incredible comeback from, well, it wasn't even really a comeback, because we think back to that first match, Blair, and NIP were really showing us that strong form. And it's interesting to be able to speak to Rez there and say, you know what, they were confident going on for that CT side, and they really, really proved why in that match.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have that much confidence in my CD side, especially when you're like, what, 13-4 down, but just I guess it's a mixture of a lot of things, right? You have Rez, you have these guys, and then you have Threat. You have the young guys, and you have the old school legend of Swedish Counter-Strike sitting there like, guys, we've practiced this before, it's going to work out. But I just want to, again, give credit to Rez and Nock. That A bomb side hold, the variations, the timing on those peaks, the way they were forcing FaZe to lose so many players to get an inch of map control, just fantastic stuff, and goes to show why they picked that map.
Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. And speaking of fantastic stuff, we have more in store for you. We have our top 5 plays of the day coming up. Potter, do you want to take this first one?
Yes, absolutely. We're starting off with play number 5. This is FaZe versus NIP. We're going all the way back to Inferno, and this was the round 2 versus 2 post plant where Nico busts out 2 no scopes to convert, and from there they went on a run and really took NIP to the edge.
And of course, this was rain, just like literally happened an hour back, less than an hour back, with a beautiful 3K hole coming in. And of course, then we have Blade.
I talked too much there, Blade. My bad, but this is Blade once again. Astralis versus Fnatic, a nice 4K on Inferno.
And Kenny's with the wall bang. Now, one of the better rounds coming out. Of course, a huge clutch as well in the end there to win the 1v2.
And play number 1 is OG versus G2. Valde with an ace on Mirage. I didn't even actually get to see this.
Oh, yeah, it was nice. It was nice, Potter.
It was very beautiful indeed. Deserving of our number 1 spot. I think some incredible Counter-Strike action going down today. But of course, that does bring us time to crown our DTS player of the day. Potter, I'm going to give you the honor of crowning our one for today. And I don't think it could really be anybody else.
It's gotta be Knock. I already know it. Bring up the graphics, bring it up DreamHack Production, because he needs all the credit. He deserves it all. I said it in the pregame, this player is special. You can see it in his movements. You can see it in his decision making. He's just, man, he was spot on all throughout on both of the maps. And I can't compliment this man enough. He was just amazing.
He was amazing indeed, and Blair, we saw him in so many game-changing moments. I mean, we'll be able to see some here on the highlights. He really was instrumental in terms of NIP converting some of those rounds. You know, we were in the green room absolutely screaming. We thought NIP had lost some of those moments. Then Nork steps up and he manages to deliver time and time again.
I want to personally thank Knock for like kind of reminding me of how Counter-Strike green rooms used to be, where he used to be like in an actual physically in a green room, all of us cheering and watching these games. It felt like that for a moment. I felt happy. I felt happiness for a few moments there. I want to thank Knock for it. He was spectacular. It still blows my mind that he had one opening duel in that entire map of Overpass, which doesn't make any sense. You're the Opper, you were just mowing people on the CD side and you were part of one opening duel. That's crazy. But then he did his job, fantastic stuff, and he had to be fantastic to kind of overshadow both Rain and Rez, who had some great games there.
Yeah, they did indeed. So many incredible players stepping up to the play. And with that, we can take a quick recap of our bracket to end out our day here at DreamHack Open 4. So much has gone down today. I almost forget that we started off the day, Potter, with Astralis versus Fnatic, an absolute banger of a matchup. Astralis making it to that playoff, the upper bracket rather, grand final there. They'll be leading on to the best of 5 grand final, which will be taking place on Sunday, but it will still be a test to see if they can get there. Of course, that NIP win does mean FaZe are down and out of the competition. The maximum they can place here is 9th. Of course, we've got to account for those all-important RMR points. But man, Potter, just looking at those 2 lower bracket matchups, Sprout and Heroic versus, and then OG versus NIP, huge names. It's almost unbelievable that they've ended up in the lower bracket.
Exactly. And even Big versus Vitality, we've still got some amazing Counter-Strike left. I can't even remember that first series that you're mentioning, Astralis versus Fnatic. It's been a long day, a lot of rounds of Counter-Strike, but man, each round was incredible.
It was amazing to witness. And of course, Big versus Vitality will be the game opening up our stream tomorrow at the same time, same players. I think all there is left to say, thank you so much, guys, for joining me up here on the desk. Thank you so much to Twitch chat for supporting us as always. And of course, thank you to our wonderful sponsors, DTS, Monster Energy, Corsair, Intel, and MSI. It's been an absolutely fantastic day of Counter-Strike. Tomorrow is promising to deliver yet again. We'll be back with Big versus Vitality, same time, same place tomorrow.